So today is November 18th, Wednesday. Sorry, I just had to adjust the my head to be symmetrical. Oh my, look at this. So I need to talk about how I've been thinking about my position regarding sexual orientation. So nobody close to me knows this, but I mean beside my friends, but I am homosexual. I am gay, you know. At least from how we look at at my behaviors. And earlier in my lifetime, actually, I had never been questioning about it. I had not been in the state of denial. And I don't know why that is. But the funny thing is, lately, at my age of 25th, I've been questioning my position regarding regarding how I should treat my sexuality. I think they call my experience as ego dystonic sexual orientation, I guess. But so what's causing my doubt regarding my position about my identity is it's always religions, right? I mean, my experiences lately has made me it has made me realize that I'm not able to I'm not able to I'm not able to like live alone, try to understand everything on my own, try to understand the way universe works, the way people works, where our consciousness comes from. Am I alone in this universe? I don't think I will be able to go through this on my own anymore. So I've been rethinking my position with regard to every point of view that I've been holding. And one major point of view that I held that is major in my life and goes against society, goes against religions particularly, because when you're experiencing this dilemma, the first thing that you will look toward is faith. And I've been cycling around Christianity, Buddhism, Judaism, Hinduism, and basically in all these religions except Hinduism, and I don't believe in Hinduism, they're all saying that homosexuality is a sin or it's wrong, right? Yeah, even in Buddhism. And I know that And some sources say that Buddhism actually isn't against it, but if you look at the early viewpoints of the Theravada tradition, you will see that the monastic principles went against, they categorize homosexuality as sexual misconduct. So basically I'm put in a position to kind of rethink my identity and whether I should let go of all of this identity, and I think I should, because so far it hasn't brought me any peace. So I'm thinking if I should let my sense of identity dissipate and just follow whatever the society tells me to do within my capabilities, of course. Because in my current condition, well, I don't think I will be able to marry a girl, right? So but celibacy, that is what I can do. Although some of the beliefs, I think, or maybe it's the verses in the Buddhist scripture says that a pandaka, or many believe that pandaka refers to homosexuals, right? So pandakas, they say that these people were born as pandaka because they were a sexual deviant in their past lives. And some also say that pandakas will go into hell in their next lives. Well, my initial reaction was that it wasn't fair. And I wondered if there's actually anything that I can do to reverse that. I'm sorry. So yeah, I'll try my best to be heterosexual, but but I can promise I can't promise that I will be heterosexual. And if I can't do that, then I will at least be celibate. But honestly, rather than being frustrated or being anxious about this, it actually brings me a sense of peace, because I feel like I don't have to fight anymore for anything. I don't have to fight for my identity. I know the exact rules that I have to follow, so I don't have to keep searching, finding myself, because I already know what's expected, right? And if I'm to be honest, I think I much prefer connection to people rather than having the right to identify as these things. I'd much rather to be able to conform to other people rather than go against people. I much rather I think it's best to go against your own current. I mean, fight against your own desires rather than go straight to go against people. Just accepting reality as it is, because I just realized how incapable I am by myself on my own. And I think we all need these foundations in our lives. Not necessarily follows our own selfish desires. We need to look for what other people think. I've been connecting to my mothers, to my mother, to my father, my my sister, my brother, and it's all very beautiful, right? And I don't want to be alone anymore. And I don't mean in the sense that nobody wants to be alone, right? But there are ways we do things that makes us very lonely. And it's about time we give up all of these things. They won't help you achieve this sense of peace that you always looking for. So counting. I've been counting what I am trying to on what to follow. I've been looking for Stoicism and Buddhism, maybe Christianity. It's best to make people happy. But somehow I still have the obsession to correct a posture. Well, but it's kind of necessary, right? To be in because I'm trying to correct my posture so I can feel at peace with other people. So I can present myself better to other people. And that requires some consistent improvement. It requires effort. And one thing that I realized that I have been living very unconsciously. I've been I haven't been very aware with the way I'm moving my body. I haven't been incorporating intent that I can convey to other people in the right way. Maybe that's important maybe that's important for me. So maybe that's something important to do, to connect to other people. And I've also been thinking about the way we have to we have to organize our thoughts so our mind doesn't become scrambled. We have clear views of things. I think we also need to have a very humble expectation regarding this matter, because we tend to want to rush into these things, and it will only lead to disappointment, because there will always be obstacles. There will always be obstacles in the way we pursue the world, in the way we are trying to improve ourselves. And this thing, you need to really be careful not to fall into that state of negativity, because that state of negativity, they can cause you to retreat and never come back to your goal. And that's really harmful for you, for everybody in your environment. And that's why you need to keep watching over your expectation and keep looking for ways to improve yourself. Well, we're all only human, and we make mistakes as we learn, and we need to be humble to accept those mistakes. You don't want to I heard this saying. I think it's a very, very wise saying in some health magazines, some online health magazines, that say that says that don't beat yourself up for beating yourself up. I think that's really powerful in this situation. So you don't give up. You don't. So you can kind of rebound from the moment when you fall, and you don't get stuck in the state of falling. You don't you're not drowning in a sense of self-pity, because that self-pity, that's really what causes you to spiral down lower and lower into more negative loops. And these negative loops, they are really debilitating. And it causes you to live unconsciously, to live unaware of your surroundings. And that's the dangerous thing, because you don't want to keep that mental state into how you run your life. You need to be in the state of motivating yourself to keep pushing forward and not falling over and over. So yeah, that's what I've been realizing about my journey. And it's a really beautiful thing once you're able to see how everything works, how your soul, how your mind works, how connection with other people is made. There you will have this, you will be brought to this sense of joy, and it's like nothing else that you can experience on your own. So that's why it's important to have some fundamentals in your life that you're able to follow consistently, and not beating yourself up when you're when you're feeling down. You need to rebound from that state of falling, and just fucking do what you're supposed to do. Don't overcomplicate things. Yeah. Because keep looking for yourself is tiring, man. And I don't think it's worth it in the end. If you're also confused, if you're still confused about this, listening to the talks by Eckhart Tolle, I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's been very helpful for my improvement, as he's a really articulate man in trying to entangle the way our the mind of our society works, the way the mind of other people work. And the ego has much to do with these things. So it's really important. So I think you will be able to learn so many things from this man. And big part of that is to keep being aware to your surroundings, and try to not focus inward. That's what I've been able to grasp from all of these spiritual teachings. And I think that's true, because the more you engage inward, the more entangled you are with your own ego. The more you identify, and not necessarily, but if you're in a state of unconsciousness, it would be likely that you will be entangled with, you will identify with this sense, with this impermanent phenomenon, and you will think that as being part of yourself. And that's the deceivement. That's where the lies lie. I don't really know the English term. I mean, that's really deceiving. Just let this phenomenon go. Let go of them. Don't try to hold onto them, because you're making something impermanent permanent. And you're not seeing things as they are. When you identify with when you identify with your emotions, I think he's right. Yeah, so far he's been right. So that's why I think, I mean, that's all I can say for now. I'll need I'll need to keep. No, I don't have to. But I think it will be helpful if I can keep making these journals to kind of arrange my thoughts, as I have said earlier. So, and we need to let all of these emotions out. Can't keep them in for too long. That's what's causing us to get stuck. So yeah, that's all I can say for now. And one thing that I keep realizing about myself is I keep extending a topic over and over, even though there's nothing more that can be said about it. Yeah? Well, that's a good realization. So I'll try to keep that in mind. That's all I can say for now. Namaste. Goodbye. Hope your day is wonderful. Hope your day is wonderful. Right.